I know he's around here somewhere, Chris. Representative Bruce Morris is here. Representative Dannel is here. Okay, now everybody has to excuse me because I also, please excuse me ahead of time that I don't get your names right. I don't need to do that, and
Nancy, you forgot me. Kathy Johnson, former Democratic First Selectman of Oxford.
I haven't gotten past the local people yet, Kathy. I have not met you.
I want to make sure that you remember.
I always remember you, Kathy. So let's just say that again so you can hear this. Kathy Johnson, the former town chairman of Oxford. There we go. Okay, I said one at a time. But also, for the local people, let me introduce Councilman John Mary. David Watts is here. Councilwoman Eloise Melendez is here. And of course, I will not forget the superintendent of schools, Manny Rivera. Let me now just also thank Mayor Reeling for hosting this and having us today. And Mayor, thank you for now doing the big introductions that you're going to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, and welcome everybody to Governor Malloy's Town Talk. I'm very pleased to have the Governor here. He's been very supportive of Norwalk and of Norwalk citizens, and he cares about what you have to say. That's why he's here tonight. I'm honored to have him here. He's been a very good friend of mine since he was the mayor of Stamford. I've known him for many, many years. And again, I know him to be a person that cares about what you think and wants to hear. That's why he's here tonight. We ask one thing, that you allow the governor to speak. But we're going to be civil, and we're going to have some issues that are going to arise, and I'm sure the governor is going to answer them to your satisfaction. So having said that, it's my great honor and privilege to introduce the governor of the state of Connecticut, a personal friend and a friend of all of yours, the Honorable Dannel Malloy.
Questions, so we'll add some time since we're eating up a little bit. Irene Dixon, you want to come up for a minute? At the outset of these events, we'd like to honor a citizen of the community that we're borrowing the hall from, and Irene was recommended, and certainly I know of Irene's work. So let me read an official statement. On behalf of the state of Connecticut, I, Dannel P. Malloy, Governor, take great pleasure in honoring and recognizing Irene Dixon. This recognition is a testament to your outstanding dedication to the city of Norwalk and the state of Connecticut. You have devoted your time, talent, and business expertise to serving your community in many capacities, including membership on several boards and commissions, such as the Greater Norwalk Chamber of Commerce, the Mayor's Business Advisory Board Council, President of the Norwalk Seaport Association Board of Trustees, and most recently your appointment as Fire Commissioner of the City of Norwalk. I want to applaud your leadership, I applaud your leadership and hard work, and thank you for your many contributions to the citizens of Norwalk and the state of Connecticut. I therefore, Dannel P. Malloy, Governor of the state of Connecticut, do hereby officially convey honor and recognition upon Irene Dixon in the state of Connecticut. Congratulations. The old saying that if you want something done, give it to a busy person. So, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. We have the president of the NAACP with us. It's good to be with you. This is the first of this year's version of town hall meetings. We decided to start here in Norwalk, and in the coming weeks we will hit a number of communities across the state. We might even try a couple of experiments of 1 or 2 on a weekend, or 1 or 2 in afternoons in communities as well. It's really a time to have a discussion, to hear from people, and to answer some questions. I enjoy it. I was talking to the mayor about what he's doing to make sure he stays in contact with his local constituents. For the 14 years that I was mayor, I always had Mayor's Night In and Mayor's Night Out every month, saved money here, and always found it great to be in contact with the citizenry of Stamford. Certainly something that I'm trying to do as governor. I don't have a lot to preload or to start with. We collectively are doing the best we can. We collectively are dealing with a long period of time in which the state of Connecticut didn't make some of the changes that it needed to make and didn't make some of the investments it needed to make. As a result of that, for instance, in the Great Recession that so many of us are still wrestling with, we saw Connecticut develop the largest per capita deficit in the nation at $3.6 billion. Let me say that again. Our little state had the largest per capita deficit of any of the 50 states. On the day that I was sworn in, that's where we were. That's gone from $3.6 billion deficit to what should be a $500 million surplus. Sworn in, all of the money in the rainy day fund at $1.7 billion has been spent down to zero. Under my plan, not only do we have hundreds of millions of dollars in the rainy day fund as I appear before you, but by July 1st of this year, we'll have $500 million in the rainy day fund. We are making investments, and I call for additional investments to be made in the state of Connecticut, particularly in transportation. And I have to say to Senator Duff and to your legislative leaders, I was proud to kickstart the Exit 14 Route 7 interchange that so desperately needed to be done, and quite frankly should have been done for the city of Norwalk, in the city of Norwalk 15 years ago, as soon as Exit 8 had been completed in the city of Stamford. But that's only a part of the money that we're spending on infrastructure in this community, making appropriate investments so that we can compete with the rest of the 50 states, and quite frankly the rest of the world when it comes for job production and job growth. When I became governor of the state of Connecticut, our state, we had seen no net job growth in a 22-year period of time. And yet, as we stand here together, or you sit and I stand, we can look back at having created 40,000 private sector jobs in the state of Connecticut. Not nearly enough, and particularly if you didn't get one of those jobs. But a substantial down payment to start on what we need to do in the state of Connecticut. There's some boards that my staff put up, and it gives you an idea of what I'm trying to do. So, real quickly. What I'm calling for, if we're going to have a surplus, that taxpayers get a portion of that money back. That a portion of that money go towards the rainy day fund, and that a portion of that money goes to shoring up what was the worst funded pension plan in the United States when I was sworn into office. That $100 million that I call for additional payment into that pension plan will have the effect of $430 million on an actuarial basis. It will add to what we've cut from our overall unfunded obligations in the state of Connecticut while I've been governor, which stands at a cut of $11.6 billion as I stand before you. So all of that is part of what we're doing and making sure that we share, as we turn a corner in the state of Connecticut, that we share that with our fellow citizens. At the same time, we make investments in higher education and pre-kindergarten both, as well as improvement in education across the board. I'm happy that Norwalk saw some of the 1,000 additional early childhood seats in the past. Another 1,000 are on their way to the state as a down payment in making pre-kindergarten learning experiences universally accessible in the state of Connecticut. So those are a few of the things. Let's get to some questions and do as many as we can.
Okay.
Thank you.